satisfactory. Until next time, I can truly fight.
Get your Magic
Come
Flame characters
on.
ready.
Shield time. Let's go. Also, you get no gold. Woo! Nailed it. Hello, YouTube. This is Baylor Mage. Welcome back again. This is the end of day 5. Still having an absolute ball. However, this might be the day where we lose people. This is the time. Today is the day where we have made several absolutely massive upgrades. One of those upgrades was the Surveillance Shield. I was lucky enough to drop that on the floor. That wasn't actually on my list to get for the next 2 or 3 days. I was pretty happy with that heal on block shield that we had. That was definitely going to do quite a bit. I ran with that most of today. It was towards the end of the stream when I dropped that shield. So it's now on my day 5 update because it dropped on the floor. But it is worth noting that is very out of order. In fact, you don't ever really need to get that shield. A nice heal on block shield is perfectly fine for pretty much everything, including the super giga juiced maps I've been running all day. But it's still the best in slot shield, so we took it. Alright, let's jump in and have a look at some of the other stuff we got today though. Here we are in game. The astute may notice I no longer have a golem, and I do now have absolution. I'm going to hit that first, because that's not part of my build. That's not part of my build at all. It wasn't part of the build guide, nothing. This was actually a suggestion brought to me by chat, and I absolutely love it. Instead of Frost Bomb, because I don't really need Frost Bomb as much anymore, because of the last right anoint on my Merc here, reducing all life regen by 50%, already doing a pretty damn good job. Because of that, I don't really need the Frost Bomb in the shield, which is what I used to use. So we're using a level 1, no quality, not leveled up absolution. This does 2 things. Because it procs automatically on block up to 4 times a second, it's summoning monsters all the time. It's summoning minions all the time. This is just a little extra help to reach our 10 cap here for Bone Barrier all the time. Although Summon Phantasms already pushes it to that level, this is just another thing that helps. But the main reason that they're level 1 is twofold. First, it's an actual spell we actually cast, so it has an actual damage number. If I level this to 20, I may kill or at least hurt myself a lot. To reflect, I don't want to do that. I want to remain map immune. So just having a low level helps with that. Second though, right here, these minions only have 459 life. But they still count as minions. So every single time anything breathes in their direction, they die. And they heal all my other minions, including my holy relics, for 5% of their life on death. That's very strong. It also is probably the missing key to being able to fit and animate Guardian into this version without changing anything. So I haven't done it yet, mostly because Kingmakers are expensive as shit, but I'm thinking that I might drop the Culling Strike and the Summon Phantasm out of my helmet setup, keep Feeding Frenzy, and put Meat Shield and an Animate Guardian in there, and grab an AG that way. Alright, moving on. The next thing, we got this Replica Dragonfang really late yesterday. That was part of yesterday's update. But what I did realize is with the Replica Dragonfang, we do still want to upgrade to Ashes eventually. Hopefully we'll do that in the next day or 2. But I did realize that with that, I didn't necessarily need a 23% quality gem. I actually could just use an enhanced support in the red socket that gives 32% quality. So now I have a level 21 gem with 20% quality. And so my end value now is level 28. We have level 28 Holy Relics, which is absolutely fantastic. They have 42,000 life. That was fantastic. I replaced added chaos with it. It is not worth doing this unless you have a Replica Dragonfang to go with it. The reason we could get away with dropping added chaos is because the level of the minion is getting so high. The more levels the minion gets, the less relevant the amount of added chaos we were getting from added chaos support becomes, because we get a higher and higher base value. Also, at the same time, I upgraded all of my jewels to include at least some amount of flat fizz or flat chaos in most cases. Well, only in some cases, actually. We definitely still need more. We've got a little bit of that flying around. Either way, enhance is really only an option for Dragonfang. I'm happy with that setup for now. We're definitely going to be changing into Ashes. You may notice we made a disgusting sword. We made an absolutely disgusting sword. This thing has room for another socket and still has 2 attack speed and still has minion damage and the trigger and +1 socketed skills. This is an absolute endgame min-max sword. I will never touch another sword. This is the sword forever. I will put a Harvest enchant for attack speed on it to just squeeze a little tiny bit more attack speed out. But we're going to quickly go over the process of making this because people are going to ask. It's actually really simple to make. You start with your base sword. You put a fossil on it that adds an abyssal socket. I forget its name. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to find it. Then you have to fracture and successfully hit the abyssal socket. The rest of it is a very easy process. You're spamming minion damage, fear essences onto it until you hit tier 1 attack speed. You're going to null down until all you have is the attack speed and the minion damage. You're still going to have, and obviously the abyssal socket because it's fractured, right? Then you're going to craft on it, cannot roll attack, slam once with an exalted orb to hit a prefix, the only on a thrusting sword, I think maybe on any swords, but definitely on a thrusting sword, the only thing you can hit when you have cannot roll attack on it, on a prefix, is plus the level of socketed gems. Then you clear that craft, put trigger on it, you're done. It's expensive. You do not need to go this far. Nobody needs to go this far. But if you're gonna, and I know you're gonna, that's how you do it. However, this was also how we were getting our curse, which leads you to a new problem. How do you get your curse now? Well, we get our curse with this disgusting thing. This is a fractured curse enemies with despair on hit ring. These drop fractured sometimes in Delve. Delve can drop fractured curse rings. Delvers pick those up, and then you pick one up, craft it into something absolutely disgusting, which we've done here. This is gross. The only way that this could possibly be better is that 24% minion life is not ideal. I would rather have chaos res or all res or like some resistances, because you may notice these changes put me down to 18 chaos res. I am running a amethyst flask, so I'm sitting at 53 all the time, but I am gonna have to fix that. That resistance is a little bit low. So that is the other upgrade. The other things we did: finished leveling our Empower, failed its corruption, bought all the woke gems, qualityed them, have not leveled them yet, but they are leveling. So I have an Unbound Ailments, Awakened Minion Damage, and Awakened Void Manipulation. That, I think, is the end of all of the upgrades. Oh, I also finally got a bunch of flasks that were good and automated them. I'm not gonna lie. It was stupid of me to wait this long. That should have been like a day 2 thing. That absolutely should have been a day 2 thing. I don't know why I was still pressing buttons with my fingers like a pleb instead of automating my flasks. That was dumb of me, but at least we've done that now. Right. Otherwise, I believe that's it. Obviously, we dropped our own Svalin. That was incredibly lucky. You would have been very happy to keep using the heal on block shield. The only difference that we made is we got rid of the mastery here. We don't need that mastery anymore. We're over block cap. We got rid of the mastery we had here for chance to block spells per 5% chance to block attack damage, because we don't need that anymore. And we used those 2 points to get the +2 to maximum chance to block masteries, because having maximum chance to block, very important with the Svalin, because it happens twice. Here is our path of building. We are up to 6.5 mil in path of building now, so that's like 50% more damage from yesterday. It's amazing. Our minions can't die anymore, so that's also fantastic. Our max hits getting pretty good. Our chaos did suffer. Our max hit chaos did suffer. I will have to fix that tomorrow. If that guy still wants it in a minute, I'll let it go. But yeah, that is where we're up to. The real important bit here is that our block chance and spell block chance is 91% effectively now. Real important in-game, it shows it is only 70%. Path of building is showing me the effective block of the shield's lucky roll, because you get to roll block twice, and if you succeed on only one of them, you block. So fantastic. It means our effective block is 91%. 91% of the time when hit damage happens, we take no damage. That is fantastic. All right, that is all. That is the end of this update. We are blasting away. I am incredibly happy with this. I've also got several other builds I want to try now, because there's a lot going around that looks really cool. But we're going to keep going with this for at least a solid week, if not more. I want to get this one proper min-maxed. Alright, that is all I have. I will see everybody next time. Bye-bye.